Hi, so let's create our own minified NMAP tool using nothing else than ChatGPT. Okay, so I'm gonna do as little as possible, like basically nothing. I'm only gonna write what I need in, well, I have GPT-4, I have a subscription, yes. So I have ChatGPT Plus. Well, we're gonna generate NMAP. So I want something crazy going on. So I think we should basically make a plan for how to make this to work. So let's go ahead and open a terminal just like this and make a folder called NMAP X, right? And this folder, we're gonna go ahead and touch a file, call it nmap.py, and there we have it. We should also be able to execute this. So let's go ahead and do ourselves our first node. Well, we're gonna generate NMAP, so let's call it light version of NMAP. How far can we actually get using ChatGPT? Okay, let's decide on different kind of things. We need it to be able to, it's a port scanner, right? So we need to be able to run this code and it should scan different kind of ports. I think we can easily decide right now that we can do from port 1 to 65,535, which is the, I said 535, which is the amount of maximum and minimum port number we can choose from. All right, so that is that. But we also need to be able to verify the service on the port. But that is quite difficult because normally we say that a verification of the service requires some sort of connection to the service to grab the banner and verify what kind of service it is. So verify the service on the port by grabbing the banner of the service. Okay. So that is two very simple things we need to be able to do. When usually we run NMAP, we do like that. We write NMAP IP, we do tag SC, tag SV. Now, the thing about this part here is that that kind of requires us to add on scripts. I don't think we're gonna do that, but let's go ahead and determine this is the version part that we're gonna go ahead and do. So should our small NMAP also, if not prompted, run and only scan for the 1,000 most used ports? Well, we can create our own range and say, if we just run the script, let's create a usage now. So the NMAP X will be the name of it, .py. It's going to be run by NMAP X, right? And then we do something like Python 3 NMAP X, just nmap.py, not Python with a G. Then we run the IP, and if that is run, it will scan ports from 1 to 1,000. No, that's not how NMAP does it, but we can just create our own version. And we're gonna call AP, that's for all ports. So it's gonna be 1 to 65,535. So that is our own flag. So tag AP will basically then run all ports. It is a port scanner. It should be able to run all these different kind of ports. We should be able to verify the service. So in order to do that, we will need to run this command right here, Python, and vs for verify service. So tag vs will verify the service. It will scan ports from yes. So now that we have this, we should both decide that we can do that now, or we can do something like that already. Okay, we should also be able to combine different flags, so the port scanner needs to be able to combine the flags. And now we need to determine on different kind of things. How much do we want it to be able to do? We also maybe want to make it possible to brute force some things for us. So let's make it a semi brute force as well. So we should be able to run a command like this, Python 3 nmap, and if you have the ports, it's going to be brute force 80, B80, B22 for SSH, and that's going to be brute forcing. So we say B22 will brute force SSH. And we also need to get a U for username, so that's gonna be list, username list, so usernames, and tag W is gonna be passwords. Now, in this particular case, we need to give ChatGPT the kind of option to say tag U, let's see, explanation of the below, and it's just line, I guess we can write to it, and that's gonna be usernames. Well, it should be in a list, line separated, and passwords can be, for example, user share word lists like you. Like this. Okay, so more than this, I guess we should make it by default. By default, it should. The port scanner should by default check for anonymous login on FTP. I guess let's try all this right here. Let's delete the command below. Let's go to ChatGPT now and just paste that in and press enter. So this is what I did. It is already choosing the script of Python for me, and it's basically beginning to code it for me. So I'm gonna wait until the code is written, and then I will basically just, copy paste it, I guess, in. While this is running, I'm gonna go to try hack me, and I will choose room on try hack me. We can test this on. Let's just verify something basic. Let's say something easy, CTF, and basic pen testing would be fine, I guess, just to casually try and start the machine. So it gave me this, and I guess without even trying anything, let's just take all this code right there. Let's go to nano and nmap.py. Let's paste it in. That is not what I wanted to paste in, so no. And let's one more time copy paste this, and I click paste selection. Doesn't want to do that. No. So subl nmap.py. and now we saved it, so we use Sublime Text. Now let's go ahead and just look at this for just a second. We have no idea what's going on here. I'm not really gonna... How many lines do we get? We got like 122 lines of code, some blank spaces here and there, you know, and I guess without any ado, let's just try it out, I guess. So let's go ahead there and write Python like that, 3 and nmap.py. Let's see how it reacts to this. Okay, so it kind of tells us to do a usage. Python 3, nmap.py, the IP, and then the options. It's kind of clever of this to do this to us. So we know that it can just basically do anything just as we ask it to do it for us. And is the server up right now? It is up right now. So let's go ahead and just copy paste the IP address. Let's go copy paste it this way. And I don't know, let's try this. You know, I'm kind of excited. Will this actually work? And I don't remember the command. Really, to just create it. Let's do a full bouncy AP and VS. Okay, let's do that. So tag AP, tag VS. Can we do more than this? I guess it will be fine for now. Press enter. Okay, so okay. We do actually see stuff here. Okay, this is kind of funny. This is kind of funny, you know, because we do get quite valuable output already. Now, I would say any day of the month, you know, I could use this script for generating, you know, some basic stuff. Run the script for any room basically, and we can see that we got this port is open. Port 22 is open. We grab the banner. Wow, okay. Port 80 is open. We grab the banner. And yes, we also got the basic HTTP request. And now this is running. We can see that different ports are reported back as open. Now, I don't know how the script is going to end. Well, I'm just going to keep it running for now. So it does say open at some point. You know, it looks like this is the part where it's run the script. So it's a try except port scan, and that is being called from where? That is while true. It's okay. So it's a threading thing. So it's spawning threads. Now by default, threads in Python are single threaded. So it's gonna run somewhat. We can press enter. It didn't directly, you know, end itself in some way. It kind of just continued. I don't know why that is. So that is the worker. Well, I would say just to create this using ChatGPT, well, I basically just gave it a recipe. I wonder, what if I ask it to generate this as a module object oriented script that could load modules, right? So we asked to create a basic script that could load modules that were called .py, and it just took all the files in a folder, opened them, you know, and executed the code inside of it. Could it create an actual framework? I think it can. The only limitations when you're going to work with ChatGPT is when you ask it to generate this kind of code structures, there's a kind of limit to how much it can write, and it kind of forgets how far it is at some point and start repeating itself. I did it one time, long time ago, and it was okay. But what we could do now is basically, you know, to save it, take it a step further and say, let's give it the input of me running the script, right? So this is pasted in. So I ran the script. I'm gonna zoom in a bit so you can see what I write. So I ran the script and it stopped in the end. I had to press enter to get back to the console. Make sure that the script is ending itself when it is finished scanning all the ports. Also, color open ports with red, I guess, with green, and closed ports. No, that's not necessary. And separate. I cannot spell to that. Separate the open port information with one line. Alright, so I guess that would be okay. So, okay, make it look a bit more pro. Also add on a banner saying something like the new NMAP. You know, let's do that, right? Let's do that. So now it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna zoom out again, and it starts to do stuff. So we need to install Colorama now. So okay, let's just do that. Stop that. Color. There you go. Copy it. Color. Do I have pip installed? I don't know. Colorama. Nope. Okay. Pip install Colorama. Okay, I guess this is gonna work. Requirement already satisfied. Colorama is in. Okay, so we have it. So let's go back one more time. You know, open this one here. I guess it's gonna be a complete copy paste and replace. Yes. Now we have a small problem here. So okay. So it wants us to do some stuff. Keep the replacing, keep this and keep that. So okay. So we need to copy this. Go back, open a new file, paste the one code part in there. Take this right here, open a new tab, take the other code from before, paste it back, save it, and go in and see what do it want me to do. Keep the FTP anon function. Okay, so let's do that. So this is gonna be the FTP anon function. I'm gonna take this right there. Boom. So it kind of knows only have. That's kind of funny because it knows that I got a limitation to how much it can write out. So that's great. For threading. So that is the one for threading. That is the threader. That's really nice. And the one is for brute force. So let's take the brute force SSH. Here we go. And keep the initial part of the main function before the FTP anon login. That will be all this. So no reason to do all the things one more time. Great. And anything more you want me to do? Okay, so now that we have that, let's go one step back and see how this works. So clear screen, do Python 3 nmap, the same server, and run it one more time. Welcome to the new nmap. So we got ourselves a banner, and now it's actually running. I'm not really sure. Let's try to press enter. You know, that's fine. It's working the same way as normal scripts are. So we don't know how this is gonna work. Does it work or what? That's really a thing. So while this is running, we can just verify that things are up, and we're not getting any particular output back. That is a worrying thing. It kind of makes me think that it kind of forgot something already, which is not that good. or maybe my copy pasting was not good enough. That's another thing, you know. And so let's just check what is going on. It doesn't seem like that anything is happening. Depending on how this works now, because did it change it in any sudden way? So we start the scan, and this is where we need to help ChatGPT just a bit, right? So we print the banner, and it does go from this part here, and we did give it this, so full scan and verify service set to true, which is great. And then we're gonna ignore all this because we did not give it that flag. Let's see if we give something right now. Still not now. I was at the port range, so 65,000 if full scan, else. Alright, so that is also true. We're gonna try FTP anon login, so that's gonna run up here, FTP anon, so it's gonna connect to port 21 and do this and that, and yeah. And depending on this is running or not, you know, we'll get an output. So it says scan completed successfully. It didn't output anything. That is of course a bit worrying because we didn't change anything here or there. We can also just try clearing the screen one more time, and without any of this, just run it one more time, and this is what it says. So I think we could calmly take all this input here and say to ChatGPT, like, oops, we have an error, and just paste it in. As little as possible. Let's see how far we can get. It appears that the script is completing but not functioning expected because it doesn't perform its scan. And it does talk about, maybe we should let this run before we read the text because it's going to jump up and down. Okay, so it would seem that we need to do something like before just in the main function, right? So it does have this worker thread right there where it generates. Let's see if it kind of got that, because that is of course bad. And it seems like it didn't forget about it, but yeah. The threads is gonna be running the verified service, and the verified service, where is that? Is it there at all? It's kind of gone now. What? So let's go back. Maybe we can just take that. Where was it one more time? You know, it's gonna quite difficult from. Where is it? Where is it? Verify service. Is it here or there? I fail to see where the verify service is. Did I misunderstand something? Oh, it's the arguments. Sorry for that. So threading, threader, full scan. There we go. Full scan. I'm just looking at the wrong place. And this is the thing. ChatGPT works great until we begin to. Okay, I'm just gonna go back and do what it suggests. So it suggests to do what now this time? Adjust the main function. So okay, let's go back. Adjust the main function. So we're gonna take, this is the main, and all of this which is in the main function. Let's paste it in. And wrong place. Let's go take all this, which is in the main function, one more time. Paste it in. And code for handling SSH brute force. Do we have that here before? What is this? What does it want to do now? So if proof is able to initiate the process, code for, but that's a function. It's not anymore. So this is the thing. It starts altering the code a bit. That's kind of disappointing. So it kind of takes me back to the originals. This is what's happening sometimes. So it wants me to do, what does it want me to do? And this is me doing stuff now before it should be doing. So we can target, you know, we can yeah, I don't really want to do that. Well, okay, let's go back to ChatGPT one more time. Go to the top, and this time I'm gonna check out the, where is it calling SSH brute force. So we can see that it's being called down here. So we need this code right there. So we need that code, and this is why, you know, it's getting confusing when you're using ChatGPT. But it can be fine. You know, it can be very fine. Is there more things it needs me to do? I think we should basically try now. Just the IP running again. Now we have an error, an indent error on line 104. Now we begin to get the errors. Oh yeah, so it's the code for B22. So we need all this right here. And it's a good thing that I can do Python. Let's run it one more time. Yeah, now it's running. Okay, so scan is completed. We have no open ports. That is quite disappointing. So let's go back one more time. It's running up against the server. We are, let's see, start the threading process. So we do target threader. Where is that? Where is that threader? And the threader is going to do a port scan. The port scan is being called right there. Port scan, yes. And it's going to put in port target full scan verify. It will then print something. So let's try the accept, not pass it out, and just write something different like accept, save it, and see is this being called. Is that the problem? So it is calling the accept, as you can see, in one way for us to verify that something is going on. So we don't really know why that is the case. So we do put in the target and the IP address. So is this, are we having a connection to try hack me, which is correct? So let's go ahead and check out the OpenVPN connection one more time, which is of course necessary for this to work. So initialization complete. Going back, take the IP address, copy paste that, go back to the terminal, ping it. Great. Clear it and run one more time. And it's still accepting out all the way. So we need to debug. We can also just go back to the Python code here on ChatGPT one more time and see what was different in the port scan before. Now, we don't know. we could basically just copy paste the old port scan function just like that. Something was closer. Not exactly what it was, but let's just take it. And okay, so this time it's just gonna run successful completed because we remove the accept pass. The original threader looked like this. Let's go ahead and take the original threader because we know that it worked. Whoops, let's take one more time. There we go. And I don't know, it's looking different. This is just annoying that you have to do these kind of things. Scan completed. So let's go ahead and try. What more do we need to do? We don't do the SSH brute force. We have the main. And we could do now is just take the old main function and replace it totally with the new one. And then we do not have the banner anymore or anything, you know, have the colors and stuff like that. And we can go ahead and just run it one more time. And this time we get nothing. So we are back to the case where we can just delete all the code we have, go one step back, copy the old one, paste it in, and it's gonna get messy now. So now it's working again, and we are getting the ports are open. So what we could do, and this is probably a better idea for ChatGPT, is to generate a new project. So let's go ahead and just do that. So I opened up a new project, and let's go ahead and paste in the code and say add colors to the output when a port is open using Colorama. Open port should be green. Now let's do it this way. So sometimes it is just a better idea to, you know, reset it all. So I don't know exactly what it wants me to do, but it kind of gives me instructions to what to do. So I guess if this is what it wants me to do, we could do that. You know, we could do that. We could go in and say, it wants me to do this. So let's go ahead, import the Colorama. There we have it. And it says in the main function, let's insert this. So it's going to be the main, scroll down to main. Yeah. Let's just, well, do the very first thing and initialize that, I guess. And modify your port scan function to use screen text for open port units by adding the for green. So it says we can add this for green there, and the port is open. You should take the whole print statements to the port scan function. Maybe that is the way to go. If you want to verify the function the code is putting in, just paste it below and see this looks fine. I'm going to save it and try and grab the banner. Who are you? Is that the same thing? Yes, we have. We don't need to. We can always verify if we want to fail silently on exceptions. We can, of course, output the error messages, but I don't think we need to do that. You know, it's going to be too much. And I guess we can just, you know, clear screen and try one more time. Oh, it's green. Great. So, okay, let's do a clear screen now and do all ports and verify service. Boom, let's go. Okay, now it's a bit more beautiful to look at. Now we still have the same problem as before. I know we're gonna get 2 more ports open, but I think, you know, yeah, we're pressing enter. Okay, so it grabs the Oh yeah. So, okay. So it grabs the banner of that now also. So it's a thing. It's a thing, and it's running. So I think we could definitely work on this a lot more. And as I talked about earlier, we could probably make it do some modules and stuff. It would probably work better, I guess. Not really sure. Yeah. Not sure how this long is gonna run, but it's probably gonna try all different ports, and at some point it will stop and, well, just trying to verify whether this is not a good idea for me pressing enter, or gonna span the screen with enter so many times. But I guess I'm gonna call this video now. We tried it. We kind of generated something funny in ChatGPT. We created our own NMAP in a way, but it's a long way. So we cannot do that for real. It's not gonna work. I'm just gonna stop this. So I want to say, if you think this is a cool thing to do, create your own, small scanner, and stuff like that, you can definitely use ChatGPT to get it. It's kind of fun in a way, I guess. So, all right. So, I really hope you learned something for this video, what you can use ChatGPT for, also in coding. But I think it will be better to ask it to, okay, generate good and fine instructions for ChatGPT before you make it generate code for you. Make sure you tell it exactly what to do. Better be over specific than too not specific. Does it make sense? So do that, and make sure that you give it as much information as possible. Else it's gonna mess things up. See you online, next video about AI. Not sure what it's gonna be about, but it's gonna be there at some point. Have a really nice day and stay code happy.